أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Yes, today again the climate, in which we will discuss today Coriolis force. Coriolis force. What do you mean by the Coriolis force? Actually, this Coriolis force, it is the force caused by the Earth's rotation. There is the moment in the Earth, it is called the rotation, in which the Earth revolves around its axis. This is the axis. Around its axis it moves. That is called the rotation. This rotation of the Earth, it is called the Coriolis force. This Coriolis force is responsible to deflect the winds. There are two systems of winds. One is the northeast winds, northeast monsoons, and second is southwest monsoons, winds. These are the two winds. What do you mean by these two winds? That is, this northeast winds, this is north and this is south. Northeast winds, these winds move from this high pressure belt towards the low pressure belt. This is the equatorial low pressure belt. First you try to understand what are the pressure belts. Pressure belts, as you already are aware about this fact, that the when there is high temperature, the pressure will be low, and there is low temperature, high is the pressure. This is the equatorial region. Here the temperature generally remains high, the pressure will generally remain low. So it is called the equatorial low pressure belt. And then there is away from the equator, there is low temperature, the pressure will be high. So it is the temperate high pressure belt. But so the winds come from this high pressure belt towards the low pressure belt. So, but these winds are deflected from north towards the east because of this Coriolis force, and they move towards the right in the northern hemisphere, while they move towards the left in the southern hemisphere. This is the southern hemisphere. So the winds move from north towards east. Northeast, they are called northeast winds, and the winds which blow from south towards the west, they are called southwest winds. So these are the two groups of winds. The northeast winds, they are deflected towards the right, while as the southwest winds, they are deflected towards the left. In this way, the winds are transported. This is called, this deflection in the winds, it is called due to this Coriolis force, which is present in the earth due to its rotation. It is also called the Parallel's law. Parallel's law, as you know in the chemistry, it is also called the Parallel's law. Now first try to understand the pressure belts. So at the equator, it is low pressure belt. Just above from the equator, there is the high pressure belt. Then there is polar high pressure belt. This is the polar high pressure north south. This is the polar high pressure north. So at the polar, its temperature is very low, so the pressure will be high. And just above the polar region, it is the low pressure belt because temperature generally remains high against the polar region. In the poles, temperature is low, pressure is high, and just above the poles there is low pressure because of high temperature. So same is in the southern hemisphere. This is the polar the south pole high pressure belt and polar low pressure belt. This is the polar low pressure belt. So again the same takes place here. So this temperature, as you already know, aware about this fact that the winds are formed due to the pressure difference. When there is pressure difference, the winds are created. So these winds also take part. Coriolis force is also responsible for making the climate of a place. Thank you. Have a good day.